YouTube, welcome back. It is I, your host, Average Jason. Thank you to all you guys that have been watching, subscribing, viewing. I appreciate it. So let's get into today's topic, YouTube. So today I want to talk about behaviors associated with betrayal and how do we handle that. And what brought about this topic is that a lot of times I find myself with some downtime and I think about situations and things dealing with people, relationships, working relationships, family, things that have happened where I can use those things as a teachable moment. Now that I'm older, we're supposed to be getting wiser, right? So I look back on these situations and I try to gauge them and see what I learned from them, if there's something I need to learn from it. And I can tell you this, there are certain behaviors when it comes to betrayal that I absolutely loathe. I cannot stand it. I can't. And I think it's some of the worst behaviors, to me anyways. And let me know how you guys feel about this, right? Because I want you guys to interact with me on this. How you guys feel about these behaviors. And the two behaviors that stick out mostly to me that really test my loyalty, my patience, my respect, my pride is lying and cheating. And I wouldn't even say cheating, but it does. But lying and stealing really are the two behaviors that really rubs me absolutely the wrong way. And it's two triggers for me. It's really two trigger behaviors for me that just pushes me. It pushes me to my limit to where I feel like I may have to put hands on somebody because you lied to me and you stole from me, one or the other or both, you know. But lying really is one that really triggers me a lot, guys. And you guys tell me how you feel about it, you know. To me, those two behaviors, man, because, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm any kind of saint. I actually used to lie all the time. As a child growing up, I lied a lot. I lied to my family, lied to my friends. You know, they weren't serious lies, but they were little white lies sometimes, a lot of times. And come to find out, a lot of those lies got me in trouble. Because what happened is people catch on. And then they're like, hey, man, wait a minute. You said this, but this is what we see. And what you're saying and what we're seeing, it don't add up. And then what did I do? I tend to compound on those lies instead of just giving up the jig and say, all right, you got me. I need to come clean. So this was something I even had to work on myself. And at a young age, I realized that I was like, I have to stop lying. And the reason why I wanted to work on that, even as a child, was because I would tell these lies to my loved ones. And a lot of times they would know that I'm already lying because they have irrefutable evidence and facts to show what happened, whatever the situation was. And I would lie about it, and I could just see the disappointment just wash over their face, you know? And I didn't realize it until I saw that reaction time and time again. I saw that reaction of that disappointment being washed over. And then it also started creating a perception and a stigma that you can't trust Jason because he lies all the time. And that would kill me because I had to look within myself at an early age and say, man, this hurts. And this is hurting the people that love me. I have to stop doing this. So I made a conscious effort at a very, very young age to start telling the truth. And that has really paid dividends for me moving forward throughout my life as a teenager and as an adult. And if I found myself in a situation where what it made me do is made me critical think situations. Like if I find myself in a situation where I would say to myself, Jason, if you do this, or if you go here, or if you do this, or whatever the case may be, you can't be honest about it, then maybe you don't need to be doing that. And that kept me out of a lot of trouble as a young man, young child, kept me out of a lot of trouble. Now, do I still lie to this day? No, not as nearly as I did much, but I do catch myself sometimes telling like a little white lie to avoid certain things. And even the other day I did it and I caught myself and I went back to that person and said, hey, I apologize, man. I lied to you about this. This is really what it is. And that person was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. That's no problem. To me, when you lie or when you steal from the people you love, your loved ones, your friends, your family, people who care about you, when you do commit those two behaviors, those two acts, to me, it's the ultimate betrayal, man. To me, that classifies you as a low class, low character individual. And I was that. And the reason why I say that is because you don't care how people feel. You don't care what you're doing to people when you do that, especially when that person knows. And this is the worst part, guys. And let me know, man. To me, this is the worst part of it, is when you know for a fact that that person that you're asking, whatever it is you're asking or accusing, whatever it may be, you're asking them and you know you have irrefutable evidence to say, I know you're lying to me, but I'm going to ask you this. And just be honest. And they look you dead in the eye. They will look you dead in the eye and lie straight to your face. Those people, those kind of people, you got to watch out for. Those kind of people mean no good to you. And I've had that happen so many times in life, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be, well, not friendships anymore, because I cut those people out of my life now. Employers, they're notorious for doing that as well. You know, and when I find myself in these situations with people, especially people who will do it time and time again, for one, it makes you want to know, if you're lied to me about this, and it's probably something very small. And if you're lying to me about this small little thing, what else are you lying to me about? What are some of the things that you know for a fact that are detrimental to our relationship, our well-being, that you have lied about? And you can never trust people like that. You cannot trust them whatsoever. Because you really got to ask yourself, what else, if you know that I know, and you're lying straight to my face about this, what else are you lying about? What else have you hid from me? And even if they don't tell you the whole truth, like lying by omission, that's still lying, guys. And this is what lies do. They do two things. First, they withhold information, or they don't give you the proper details of the situation. So therefore, you cannot process that situation in its purest form. And two, it takes the ability of you to make a decision as a person as to how you want to approach this, i.e. manipulation. They're doing that to manipulate you in order to get a result that's favorable to them, so you don't find out exactly what it is. And that, my friend, is wrong. That's a low character, low vibration individual. You know, stealing is another thing too, man. I can't stand thieves, because the fact of the matter is, you work hard for whatever it is you have. You have worked hard for that. And someone just comes and takes it away from you. No repercussions, don't even care. And then when they double up and not only steal, but lie from you, or lie to you after they stole from you, can't deal with people like that, man. You cannot deal with folks like that. So what do? You cut people like that out your life. You just don't deal with them. You tell them that their behavior is trash. You tell them how much their behavior hurts you, how much it disappoints you, and you leave them alone. That's the best course of action. So, till the next one, your average Jason, out.